Yo, salute to everybody already here in the building, you guys. We got some breaking news before we get there, man. Make sure you guys wipe them feet. That means get those likes up and also hit that subscribe button if you guys are not subscribed yet. We got some breaking news here, you guys. The Raiders put it out there. The Baltimore Ravens have backed out of our trade agreement for Maxx Crosby. We will have no further comment at this time. The news is coming out, you guys. Failed physical. I don't know why they would assume that he would have just passed his physical like that right now. He just had surgery, in January? This is kind of crazy here. I don't know if Baltimore was kind of having buyer's remorse here. I know they have been losing some players here in free agency. You know, they're trying to, are they going to figure out what they're doing with Lamar Jackson? Are they going to restructure him? Are they going to give him an extension to free up some cap space? This is actually insane. And I don't know how we go about with all of our signings right now, you guys. Again, we just brought Nakobe Dean in, Quay Walker, Tyler Linderbaum. We had a ton of money even before, the Maxx Crosby trade, before that money was off the books. But this is actually, the Raiders found a way to Raider up this offseason, right? I mean, we just can't have, just a simple trade, go out and rebuild this thing. It's always something with this football team. But it's some breaking news here, you guys. Maxx Crosby failed his physical, and now they're backing out of the trade. It looks as though we will no longer have the 2026 first-round pick of Baltimore. They're at 14, and the 2027 first-round pick. Now, again, I do not know how this coincides with what we have done in free agency. I don't know if this means that Max is going to stay in town. Again, I don't know how they can make this work with Max already asking out. I mean, honestly, I don't know how you could keep Max in Las Vegas at this point after this situation. I don't know if possibly Dallas comes back with that first, second in a player, or if Chicago comes back out with some draft capital. Either way, if we do move on from Max here in the future, or here in the near future, we're not going to get 2 first-round picks. So I don't know how this works. Again, Baltimore needs to figure out what they're going to do with Lamar Jackson. Restructure him. Give him an extended deal and keep their MVP quarterback in the building. Okay, so it looks like the Cowboys are still interested. Again, they were highly interested in Maxx Crosby. It looks like they kind of pivoted and they were looking at Trey Hendrickson. He wants $30 million per, between 30 and 40 right now. And it sounds like he's not willing to budge off of, that. I don't think the Cowboys are trying to spend that kind of money, on a 31, 32-year-old pass rusher. But this is absolutely crazy, you guys. Breaking news. I got the text message and I was like, I didn't know how to feel with this. Once again, this is coming from the Raiders themselves. The Baltimore Ravens have backed out of our trade agreement for Maxx Crosby. We will have no further comment at this time. And again, I don't know, you guys, until some more information comes out. I don't know what this means in regards to keeping Max or potentially moving him on, moving him to Dallas. I think that Jerry would be very much so still interested. But again, this is going to hurt his stock. I'm sorry, you guys, 2 first-round picks, that's not going to happen anymore. Now, there will be some other teams possibly come out the woodworks. Maybe Buffalo, they're looking for some pass rush help out there. Again, Chicago can still use a pass rusher. But again, this definitely kills some of that value in terms of a Maxx Crosby trade, man. This is absolutely bonkers. Salute the Sky. I mean, a psychedelic, my guy. Docs is goaded. I instantly came to the tube. Like, should I hit, bruh? Is this real? And bro is already loaded up. Salute to my guy. I appreciate you, brother, man. Salute to my guy, Ryan, on becoming a member as well. This is crazy, you guys. Salute to my brother, Ryan. Salute to Ant. What the fuck? This isn't going to F up our offseason, Dylan, so far. Can't see nobody wanting to trade for Max now. Well, there's still going to be some suitors, potentially. Again, I don't know I think that Baltimore is kind of having buyer's remorse here. Honestly, I really believe it. Their fan base has been pissed, you guys. And I don't know if you've been on Twitter or Instagram. They are upset about losing Linderbaum, upset about losing their running back 3, upset about losing Isaiah Likely to the Giants, upset about losing a future first in their first this year. This is just like crazy. I don't know if Baltimore, again, he failed his physical, but what did they expect? What did they expect? He's just coming off of knee surgery in January. I don't know what you guys thought this was going to be. I don't know. Like, did you assume magically in 2 months he was going to be ready to go? You guys got plenty of time to get Maxx situated and get him ready. I don't know, man. Salute to Raider Deb. What the F? I don't want to lose our new shit. F this. Well, the thing is, Deb, we still had a ton of cap space. And remember this, you guys. There's still a few restructures on this roster. Possibly Colton Miller. You can restructure him, free up some money. So again, we shall see what this thing looks like here in a second. We're going to go to Twitter, kind of surf around a little bit and see what's going on. But it looks like they're backed out because Maxx Crosby failed his physical. Salute to Alays. This is like the Lakers trade for the center from the Hornets. Yes, yes, yes. And now he's with the Suns. And now he's on the IR, I believe, right now. Salute to my guy, Alays. Hammer. Maxx back on the books. So now we only have 1.8 million in cap space. Okay. So this is even with the other contracts, right, Hammer? I'm assuming this is with everybody that we've already signed, which I'm okay with that. Again, we freed up some money trading Geno today to the Jets, which is crazy. It helped us save, I think, a little bit over maybe somewhere around $2 million, trading them, and swapping a late round pick with the Jets. But wow. And again, we need some cap space for our draft class. We got to figure out some more moves here shortly, but this is crazy. Salute to my brother Hammer. He says Maxx is back on the books. Now we have 1.8 million in cap space. Michael, it definitely does moving forward. I don't know if this is going to affect what we've done up to this point with Quay and Nakobe and some of those guys. Again, this kind of scares me because Nakobe has another deal on the table with the Dallas Cowboys, you guys. He said it was 51-49 that he chose the Raiders. He went with his gut instinct to go to the Raiders. So again, this can affect possibly Nakobe Dean saying, you know what, I'll go to Dallas. Now, I don't think he will. He gets a chance to play with some of his former teammates. We got the Bulldogs out there, Eric Stokes, who just signed a 3-year, $30 million deal. Quay Walker, those former linebackers together at Georgia. Hopefully Nakobe sticks around, but this could possibly affect maybe his thought process to potentially say, you know what, I'm going to go to Dallas. We shall see. Diamond, Maxx seen our moves and said, hey, big head. I just don't know, Diamond, in any way, shape, or form, how we can keep Maxx at this point. I don't see how we can keep him around. Again, the fan base has been really ugly, like going at him on Instagram and Twitter. I tapped in with his Rush podcast today. It was live with like Jared Verse and a few people, and people were just absolutely throwing crazy words his way. I don't know how we can figure this out. I just don't. Again, possibly you can still send him to Dallas. It sounds like Dallas is still interested. But again, the value drops tremendously. We'll see. Can we still keep the guys for free agency? OG, yes. And again, I believe we can restructure Colton's deal here and free up some cap space as well. But this is bananas. Salute to the 4,000 people here in the building. Get those likes up. Hit that subscribe button. If you guys are not subscribed yet, we got some breaking news today. The Baltimore Ravens have officially backed out. They had until tomorrow. Tomorrow, officially, free agency opens up. Kind of waited until last minute here, but boom, Maxx Crosby is back on the books with the Raiders, and we officially do not have the 14th pick. My Makai Lemon dream has officially died. Unless we pick up that 12 from Dallas, which that'd be great. At this point, do you take the first and the second from Dallas? I think it was a first this year and a future second, 2027 from Dallas. And a player, we may have to revisit that. We'll see, man. Damn, that injury is uglier than we thought, huh? I don't think so, Graphk. I really don't. I believe that he'll be ready to go come week 1. I think this has this is a blend of two different things: the failed physical and maybe Baltimore kind of having some buyer's remorse here. Maybe the GM and the head coach aren't on the same page here. I mean, honestly, when you're mentor and you're coming into a situation where you're trading for an aging pass rusher coming off of a knee injury, you're looking like, man, I want my future picks. I want the pick 14. I want my future first. Maybe this is them saying, maybe we made a mistake here. I don't know. Again, and I'm hoping and praying this doesn't affect the Tyler Linderbaum situation, which I don't think it will. I mean, we just made him the highest paid center of all time, the highest paid interior O-lineman of all time, 3 years, $81 million. But this is crazy, man. Brandon says, have you ever talked shit about a coworker after they leave and then they come back? We've seen that happen before, right, Brandon? Facts. Facts. Not going to lie, with the squad we just built, let's effing go. Hey, could you imagine Maxx coming back and playing in this defense with Quay and Kobe and Malcolm back in the mix? And now, you go bring in Kwity Paye. That would be crazy, right? To have him as kind of a rotation, a rotational guy now with Maxx back in the building. Maybe you possibly pivot if Maxx is back on the books and he does this and they decide to keep him. Maybe you kind of double back and you kind of get rid of that Kwity Paye contract. I'm gonna be honest. I like Kwity Paye. I think he's a really good football player against the run. Last year wasn't great. Wasn't a great pass rusher. I think he only had like 4.5 sacks, but the year prior he had 8.5. This is crazy. Hey, Emmanuel, maybe Howie Roseman, maybe he says, let's do it. They're looking for a pass rusher. I'm hearing that they're possibly still interested in Trey Henderson as well. Maybe you do a swap, send him to Philly, and they take care of him and we bring in Jalen Carter. At this point, maybe I would be okay with that. At this point, you might have to just take an even swap. You might just have to take an even swap here, honestly. But, you can cancel that Kwity Paye deal and save, I believe, $16 million this year. Essentially, it was a 2-year deal worth like $32 million, somewhere in that range. But wow, this is absolute insanity, you guys. The league has to get involved with this Cage. I don't know what else we can do, brother. If he failed his physical, honestly, like the league doesn't really have any say in this. Again, it doesn't seem like it's going to affect any of our signings up to this point. It definitely affects us trying to bring in more people through free agency these next few weeks. But again, this is kind of crazy. Could you imagine, though, you guys, if we got a healthy Maxx Crosby back after all this? Maybe this is God saying, Max, you need to be a Raider with all those pieces that we picked up on the defensive side of the football. Could you imagine us bringing Maxx back now after all this with all these players that we brought in? Would be absolutely crazy. I don't see it happening. It's far-fetched. But hey, you never know. Maxx may return and be a Raider. But there are going to be suitors out there. But again, you guys, I've said it 10 times on this live. The value is dropped tremendously now with him failing his physical. Baltimore, you dirty son of a bitches. You nasty, nasty hoes. This is disgusting, man. Yeah, Alex, it's a no on Mekhi Lemon at this point, my brother. Unless we get that number 12 pick from the Cowboys in exchange for Maxx Crosby, then we can kind of get back to it. Salute to Carter McFly, my brother in the building. I thank you. I appreciate you on the 99 cents, my brother. Salute to Lump as well. Bro, the Ravens just feeling like they got fleeced and backed out. Again, man, what did you expect from the physical? What did you expect? What did you expect? The guy literally just had knee surgery less than 2 months ago. Like, what did you really expect from this? I don't understand what you thought you were getting with Maxx at this point coming off that knee surgery. I don't think it will. So I don't think, bro, again, we had the money. The one person it won't affect is Tyler Linderbaum. We just made him the highest paid center in football. He's not going to back out on that deal at all. He will be a Raider. Him and Fernando Mendoza are going to build that thing up on the offensive side of the football. I'm not too much worried about that. No, Lewis. And it'd be a shocker. Honestly, it would be a shocker. What if they did? What if they said, we'll match that now? We'll give you the same amount of money. Maybe that would be fucking crazy. You know what, man? I don't know. I really don't know. I really don't know. But again, I don't think that Baltimore would match the 3-year 81 anyways. From what I heard, that they had a 4-year deal on the table for him. I think it was somewhere high 70s or 80 for 4. And he decided to take the 3 for 81. I could be wrong. I think there was a report out there that said that they had a 4-year deal on the table for him. Wow. Holy shit, man. Holy shit, you guys. Let me catch up on this chat. Salute to everybody in the building. Carter says, laughing about the brother intro. I'm confused. I'm confused, my brother. I really don't know. I'm at a loss of words here. I'm saying buyer's remorse here. Honestly, I'm saying buyer's remorse here. I think it's a little blend of, okay, we didn't think this one through. They just lost a ton of players through free agency. They don't have any money to work with. They have to figure out again if they're going to restructure Lamar, free up some money, or extend him and free up some money. They're in a weird situation out there in Baltimore right now. As long as we keep Linderbaum, I don't give a F. Keep Maxx. Talk that talk, Prince. Salute to my guys. As long as Linderbaum is still in the building, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. That's it. That's all that matters to me. But again, don't think for 1 minute here, you guys, that there's not going to – Jerry's calling right now. Don't think for 1 second that Jerry's not on the phone hey man, that deal still on the table, that first, second in the player. And at this point, you may have to do it. You may have to do it. Such bullshit. We can never have what we need. Crazy, man. Crazy, man. And real quick, I'm going to take this down. Let me go look around. I'm going to see what's going on. I'll read the rest of the supers here in a second, you guys. Again, this is a wild. Why Eric Stokes just tweeted. So Maxx is back. Looks like it. I'm trying to see if we get any updated information here. Text from GM. Baltimore is going to sign Trey Hendrickson. Watch. So doesn't look like they're going to pivot back to Tyler Linderbaum. Jordan Schultz just put a text out from a GM. Baltimore is going to sign Trey Hendrickson. So they said we're going to get a white pass rusher by any means necessary. They're going to add a little salt to the defensive line. It is what it is. But breaking news, Jordan Schultz put it out there, announced Ravens have backed out of the Maxx Crosby deal. I'm looking, Diana Rossini, Maxx did not pass his physical today. Per sources, the Ravens get their first round picks back. Spot Track, the Raiders just lost $30 million of cap space. Adam Scheffner, trade off. Las Vegas had initially agreed to trade the 5-time Pro Bowl DE to Baltimore in exchange for 2026 first and 2027 first, no longer on the table. It's a medical reason. Per Mike Garofalo, trades are contingent upon a physical. This is coming from Ian Rappaport. My boy Dante just tweeted out, Maxx! Scout just put, could possibly find someone willing to take Crosby with the physical issue, but they likely won't give up 2 firsts. We just talked about that. If one, Vegas can't necessarily afford to keep him either with the cap implications. This is wild. This is wild. Wild, wild day in Raider Nation, man. Josh, yesterday's price is not today's price. Damn shame. We can never have anything nice. Laugh out loud. Salute, brother. Salute, nation, man. Oh, my God. Salute to Josh Allays. We definitely just lost all our leverage, bro. If we want to still move Maxx, we're going to have to definitely take a pay cut here in terms of draft capital. It's nasty work, man. Salute to my guy Justice. If we can afford it, keep Maxx. I just, brother, it was so loud. It was just so loud, with him wanting to move on. I don't know. I don't know how this can work with keeping Maxx around. I just honestly don't know how we can do that. It feels like, that relationship is torn, and I don't know how you can fix this. I mean, maybe Maxx looks at this as a sign, like, you know what? I was never meant to leave. I'm going to be a Raider. It just is what it is. But I'm expecting them to potentially, if Maxx stays on the books and nobody else trades for him, expect them to void that Kwity Paye deal. And that sucks for the young, Colts pass rusher, former first rounder out of Michigan. That sucks for him because at this point, I don't see him getting any kind of deal that he just got moving forward, but man, yeah, I think that Maxx can play in the 3-4 defense for sure. Definitely. He's a very versatile weapon. I mean, last year we seen Pete Carroll dropping him back in coverage, right? Again, I was interested to see what he would look like potentially as an outside linebacker in this 3-4 defense. So, but again, I believe that Spytek and company are still working the phones and seeing if New England would possibly still, play ball with us. Again, remember, there was a report that came out that Tom Brady would refuse to send him to New England. I don't know how true that is. New England can still play ball. Chicago can still play ball. I'm looking at Dallas, you guys. They're desperate right now for pass rush. So, and if Baltimore is going to pivot and bring in Trey Hendrickson and pay him that money, expect Dallas to jump in the ring and try to bring him back home to Dallas where he grew up at. Has buyer remorse written all over. This is facts. Nasty business from the Ravens front office. Salute to my guy, Willie. This is crazy, you guys. Crazy, man. Hendrickson close to decision. Maxx didn't pass physical. Ravens call off Maxx deal. It's wild, man. Hav, Jimmy G 2.0. The first are gone. We'll receive less. This is facts, man. This is facts. Keep an eye on the Cowboys, though, you guys. Keep an eye on the Cowboys. Again, you can still restructure Colton Miller. I don't know how much money that frees up. And again, you can move on from Kwity Paye before tomorrow's official signing. And you can free up some money right there and we'll be okay. Again, would you rather have Kwity Paye or would you rather have Maxx Crosby? I would rather have a Maxx Crosby in the building. Again, I don't know how you sell this to the fan base. I don't know how Maxx saves face in this situation. I'm assuming that Spytek and company are working the phones crazy to try to, repair this situation by sending him elsewhere. But we'll see. Does Baltimore use that money to try to snipe Linderbaum? It sounds like they're pivoting to Trey Hendrickson. Dub. Jordan Schultz just put it out there that a GM told him expect them to go all out for Trey Hendrickson. So keep an eye on Baltimore pivoting and going towards the Trey Hendrickson route right now. So we'll see. And yeah, you could potentially restructure Maxx. It'd be crazy if you could possibly extend him, possibly extend Maxx, free up some more money. Again, could you imagine Maxx with Nakobe Dean and he just changed his default picture today on Instagram and I believe on Twitter as well to a Ravens jersey, which this is wild. Hey, Maxx, my brother, love you. It's not always greener on the other side, brother. Grass ain't always greener on the other side, man. Baltimore just did you dirty right now, my brother. Come on home. Come on home. Bro, Maxx was in that hotel room next to the stadium. It was all stoked until he slipped that purple jersey on and said to himself, nah, fam, this ain't it. Salute to my brother Hug. And Hug, you hit me to go live. I was going to go live and do a show talking about the best remaining free agents available. And now look what happens. Crazy how things work. Graphk, Maxx is really Raider Nation for life. Play that song. I'm coming home. Coming home. Salute to my guy, Mark, man. JT, my guy. Let me catch up on the chat real quick. Sometimes a sign is a sign. Maxx won't get us even a second no. Yes, he will. Just be a Raider like God intended. You can still possibly, I think Jerry will say, we'll still give you that first and that second. Possibly. It's Jerry Jones, but yeah, those two firsts. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Nasty work. Salute to my guy. X had 67 mil left. Subtract Maxx 30-ish mil. We good? No, we did not have 67 remaining. Those websites were wrong. From what I've seen, I think we had somewhere along the lines of 30 to 40 mil available. That's not true. That's not true. Some of those deals did not go through X with that number. So yeah, stay tuned. Stay tuned. Let me try to catch up on the chat, you guys. Again, man, salute to my guy Milo. Salute to everybody here in the building. Hit that subscribe button. We're almost at 30,000 subscribers. We have almost 6,000 people in the building. Hit that subscribe button. We might be able to hit 30,000 right now, you guys. If you guys are not subscribed yet, we're about 100 and something away from hitting that 30K. Ravens pulled up to OLV and realized how bad Spy Tech screwed them. I don't think that he screwed them. I think that we got the better end of the deal with those two first and freeing up that cap space. But again, I thought it was a good deal for both parties. Honestly, he gets to go to a situation where it's kind of like a win now. They got some vets in the building, big name guys on both sides of the football. But this is absolutely crazy, man. Justice Detroit Buddha. Damn you. Okay, Hammer says, check my IG. I think Hammer has something here for us in terms of salary cap. So right now, salary cap 310 million, active cap hit 238 million. Cap space with Maxx's deal back on the books. We have 1.887 million. 1.887 million with Maxx's deal. Again, you guys, that includes all the new deals that we made in free agency. So we're good right now. Again, you restructure Colton Miller. You can possibly just move on from Kwity Paye before tomorrow, and boom, you got Maxx back in the building. So, Hammer, I definitely checked it, brother. Jimmy, first and second, and Pickens, Raider Nation fly. They're not going to do that. They're not going to do that. They won't. They won't. They won't do it. Salute to my guy, Jimmy, though, man. They were doing the first to second, and I believe one of their defensive tackles. I think it was Osa that they were trying to throw in the mix. Stunner, wonder if we back out. That would be the only way to free up some money to bring back Maxx in order to move forward and still be able to pay our draft picks and all that other stuff. So I would expect if Maxx does stay, which I don't see him staying, I don't see him remaining, but if he does, you can back out. But we need to know quick. We got to move fast, you guys, because that Kwity deal is back on the table tomorrow. Again, you still have time to back out on Malcolm Kuntz and Kwity Paye if you choose to. 1 year, $11 million with Malcolm, and then what? 3 year, was it $45 million with Kwity Paye? Somewhere along those lines, you can free up some more money. What do you think trade compensation would be like now? At this point, possibly, bro, just the best thing you can get right now is that Cowboys deal, that first, that second, and possibly a player. That's what I'm assuming right now, Alex. Honestly, my brother, that's what I'm assuming. Good day, my man. Ravens realized SpyTech did them dirty in trading Maxx. They couldn't afford Linderbaum. Jerry will go first and third now. Hey, man, at this point, you got to take it. If you give me that pick 12, give me that pick 12 and give me a third. Do they have a third this year? If they possibly do, run it. At this point, you got to do what you got to do, right? Got to save face somehow, some way. This is crazy, man. Salute to my guy Rossi in the building, man. Appreciate you. Funk. Ravens pull-out game strong as fuck. Salute to my guy Funk. Do we get to keep? Yes, Die Hard. At this point, we're still 1.8 million on the books right now. But again, I would assume if we keep Maxx, you're probably gonna back off from that Quiddy Pay deal and get you some extra money there as well. Possibly that 1 year 11 million with Malcolm Kuntz as well. Christ is King, my guy, man. I appreciate you on the $20, man. This is some bullshit. F the Ravens. This puts us in a bad situation. There's no world where I see us keeping Maxx. Me neither, brother. I believe that he's still on the go. And again, what was I saying the whole time, you guys? Dallas. I was saying Dallas the entire time. It just made a ton of sense. Quinnen Williams in the middle of that defensive line. He gets to come home where, his mother and father live here in Dallas. It just makes all the sense in the world. Again, I think that Dallas is still going to be in the mix, but we're going to have to take less draft capital in order to do it. Jerry has the Birdman hands right now. Now, I don't know if SpyTech can possibly, still finesse Jerry. He is old as shit and probably desperate right now to get some pass rush help. They missed on Nakobe Dean. It sounds like they missed on Trey Hendrickson. Dallas is the team to monitor moving forward. Let's restructure Colton's contract and rescind on Pay's offer. We should be okay. Definitely. We'd be able to pay our draft class and then still be able to take care of all the guys that we brought in right now. But at that point, we're moving forward in free agency. You got to kind of wash your hands. But again, if you got to keep Maxx and keep all of the guys that we brought in outside of a Quiddy Pay, we still won this. We still won this portion of free agency, this cycle of free agency. I don't give a F. Let's keep Maxx. Our defense would be nasty. Salute to my guy, Michael. For those who are wondering what's going on, you guys, Maxx Crosby failed his physical. So something to monitor moving forward. We don't know if he's going to remain a Raider, if any other team will be willing to part ways with some draft capital to take him. But again, this definitely hurts his stock in terms of a trade. So we'll see if SpyTech and Mark and company can fix things behind closed doors. Maybe Maxx is looking at this. I know he's a spiritual guy. I know he's a God-fearing guy. Possibly he's looking at this situation like, you know what? God intends me to be a Raider. It is what it is. Maybe the writing's on the wall here. We'll see. Salute to my guy, man. Honestly, Dallas first and second don't look too bad right now, Willie. It doesn't. If you can get that right now, I'd be surprised. But again, if Jerry's still willing to do that, take it now. Take it now. Unless Maxx and those guys can fix this thing and Maxx can come back and be a part of this team moving forward. Crazy, you guys. Crazy. Let me go ahead and bring this tweet back up real fast. I'm going to go back home. This is kind of crazy. Go to Jordan Schultz real quick. Cowboys were the runner-ups on the Maxx Crosby trade. Fair to wonder if they jump back in now. So we'll see again if Dallas is still interested in joining the show here. Do we lose any player we sign because of cap space reasons? No, Alex. At least right now, I'm assuming if we do have to keep Max's deal on the table or his deal on the books, again, we talked about it, Quiddy Pay, I'm assuming they'll rescind that deal and he'll enter free agency again before tomorrow. So that is something to monitor. Quiddy Pay moving forward, another name that we went out there and spent some nice money with. If the value goes low for Maxx, what do you think we can get for him? If not two first, honestly, Jack, I'm the wrong person to ask right now, brother. I really, truly do not know what his value looks like. If I'm SpyTech, I'm saying, Jerry, is that deal still on the table? If not, if I'm SpyTech, you guys, I am playing we'll keep him game. We'll keep him. And hopefully Jerry bites on that. If I'm SpyTech, I'm playing we'll keep Maxx with all these players that we got. We're good to go. So, Ray, it looks like he failed his physical and Baltimore backed out of the deal, brother. Hammer put it out there. Restructuring Miller frees up $13 million right there. So that's another 13 on the books there. That would help us with this upcoming draft class. But we'll still have to work some magic here in terms of trying to figure out how to make this work. We now are in position as if he demanded. We're now in a position as if he demanded a trade. This is fucking crazy, S-Ray. Baltimore really looked at that knee and said, that shit ain't leather. This will damage the Ravens' trade reputation for years to come. Crazy work. And think about this. What does this say, you guys? He failed a physical. What does this say about Spy Tech, Alex Guerrero, and those guys, and Tom Brady and those guys sitting him and putting him on the IR? What does it say? What does it say? What does it say? That they were right. That they were right. That they were right to put him on the IR and sit him for those last few games of the last season. I know Max was pissed off about it, but they were right. They were right for doing that because the knee was bad. He was playing on a bum knee all year long. He's been beat up the last 2 or 3 seasons. They were right to put him on the shelf, get that surgery going. They were right. They were right. And now look, again, now Max looks crazy for asking out in Baltimore, looking at that knee and saying, nah, I'm good. Now, again, this could be a mix of buyer's remorse and saying, no, we want those future twos. And again, possibly Baltimore looking at their roster right now and saying, we may be a really bad football team next year. That first, maybe a top 10 pick. I'm not saying that Baltimore's looking at their roster and saying we're going to suck. But again, they have a lot of questions surrounding Lamar Jackson and his health, aging Derrick Henry, a really bad defense, even outside of Maxx Crosby. I think Jesse Minter will go out there and fix some things out there. But again, this may be Baltimore saying that first next year may be valuable. We need to back out now. Mando, they're working the phones, bro. Definitely working the phones. We have an effing squad with Max. Mark and Tom need to make the call. Come on, this defense is insane. And I don't care how loud it was. That's our guy. Talk that talk, my brother. Salute the Rube. Almost fell off the Denny's toilet. What the F is going on? Salute to my guy. Breaking news, you guys. Maxx Crosby has failed his physical, and he is back on the Raiders roster, at least for the time being. Right now, it sounds as though the Dallas Cowboys are possibly still interested. But again, I guarantee the price is not the same price as it once was. A failed physical gives all the leverage to opposing teams trying to make a move for Maxx Crosby. At this point, I would take an even swap with Jalen Carter and Maxx Crosby. I'm telling you now, I'd send Max out to Philly and take Jalen Carter and extend him. And now you have a big piece on that defensive line for years to come. If I am Spy Tech, I'm calling my mentor right now and saying, hey, what you think about a Jalen Carter swap? You guys are trying to trade him. It sounds like Green Bay is very interested in Jalen Carter. Possibly, hey, we're throwing our hat in the ring. You get Max for him. They need some edge help. They just lost Phillips. He went and kind of signed a massive deal with the Carolina Panthers. I can see them possibly saying, you know what, we'll do a swap there. I don't know how interested Spy would possibly be with a Jalen Carter, to be determined. But at this point, you got to just kind of look at everything that's available to you. Salute to my guy, Gen X, man, gifting 5 OLV Raiders Network memberships. My brothers, salute to all the new members here in the building because of my brother, Gen X. If you guys want to become members, again, man, hit the link. It's pinned up top. Again, it definitely helps us keep the lights on. Ant-Man, can we never have a normal offseason? What moves can we make to be able to keep our new players we signed at Max? Look, we can keep them now. We just got to find a way now to free up some money to sign our draft class. You know what I mean? Again, Hammer put it out there. You can restructure Colton Miller and save $13 million. And then you can rescind Kwity Paye's deal and get 16 more, I believe, this season, because that's what he was going to get paid this season. So we can still find a way to make some money work. But at this point, we're pretty much dead moving forward in free agency, even though I like what we've already done. Naylor, Nakobe, Quay, we made some really good moves here in free agency. So if you could restructure Colton, rescind on that deal, with Kwity Paye, possibly back out of the Malcolm Kuntz. I don't think that Max would allow the Raiders to do that. Malcolm Kuntz is his guy. Again, maybe he would restructure his deal to remain. I don't know. But Kuntz is 1 year, $11 million. And maybe there. I don't know. Nick, I believe in Spy Tech. He'll work this out. This is facts, my brother. Spy has been goated all off season. He got that Geno Smith deal off the books and found a way to swap a 6th for a 7th, and now we're like drafting 20 spots ahead now, and it freed up a couple $1 million for us as well. We still got to eat that Geno contract, but it freed up some money for us, and now the Jets have him at the minimum. So, Spy will figure it out. Man, psychedelic, man, my dog. I appreciate you so much, brother. That is a bomb. Appreciate you, man. Salute to all the new members in the building because of my guy, Psychedelic. 20 new members in the building. If you guys missed out on those 20 and want to become members, hit the link again. It's pinned up top. Psychedelic, my brother, man. Love you, bro. Thank you so much, man. Ty, so we can still make moves with Max to be determined. We shall see. Salute to my brother, Ty. NTN, appreciate you on becoming a member as well. Salute to my guy, man. As always, thank you. I'm trying to catch up on the chat. I'm almost there, you guys. The chat is flying. We have 6,000 people here in the building between YouTube and Twitter, so bear with me. Graphk, I hope Max comes to his senses. Let's run it. Again, this could be a coming, kind of a coming to God moment right here, right? Like, you know what? Maybe it was meant for me to stay and remain in Vegas where I just built my dream home, and stick around. We shall see. But I would assume, Oscar, that Spy and company are definitely working the phones here. Definitely working the phones and trying to find another suitor to take Maxx Crosby in that deal, even with the failed physical, which I don't know what the Ravens. This is buyer's remorse again, written all over it, you guys, written all over it. How do you get fired on your day off, Max? Did he change his Instagram? If he still has his Instagram right now, and my inbox is crazy right now, absolutely crazy right now. Nope, it's still there, still there. Max isn't tweeting or anything. He was in Baltimore. He was in Baltimore 2 hours ago, the Rush podcast. I'm going to text him right now. Welcome back home, brother. God's plan. Praying for you, brother. Praying for you. Hope everything works out for you. All right, salute to Max. Official, what if we keep Pay and get rid of the Kuntz deal? Or do we do both? Who would you rather have? Honestly, I'd rather keep Malcolm Kuntz. I like Kwity Paye, great against the run. Again, kind of leaves a lot to be desired in the passing in pass rush department. I think he would be great in the 3-4 system, though, coming over from that 4-3 in Indy. But again, I mean, Kuntz is inexpensive. It's a 1-year deal. You brought in Kwity Paye on a 3-year deal, essentially a 2-year deal, the way the guaranteed money works out. But I would keep Malcolm, again, because of familiarity. He's worked with Rob Leonard, his pretty much damn near his whole career as a Raider. I think it'd be smarter to keep Malcolm on a short-term deal and rescind that Kwity Paye deal if we can't move Max. That's what I would do, official. Salute to my guy. I'm cool with one top 15 first, man. Salute to my guy, man. This is fucking crazy. This is absolutely bonkers. Salute to my guy, Tyler. As long as we get Mendoza, everything will be all right. In the words of Bob Marley. Salute to my guy, Tyler, always coming through and dropping a 20-piece. My guy, I appreciate you, brother. LV Doctor saw the same thing. It's why he's gone. And JT, you may be onto something as well, brother. You may be onto something as well. You may be onto something as well. Bro saw our free agency moves and turned the jet around. Salute to my brother John in the building, man. Salute to CLEM. Max won't be able to play due to his knee this year anyway, right? Nah, I don't think so at all. I think he needs to get healthy. I believe he will play this year. Just because he couldn't pass a physical right now does not mean that he won't be ready come week 1. I mean, he's already out there shooting baskets and walking now. I don't think he's on the boot anymore or the crutches. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. Max will be good to go this year. Again, the knee injury could be a lot more. Again, this is what happens though, right? When you play on a bum knee, this is why you sit him, because shit can get worse. It can get worse. And like JT possibly said right now, maybe our team seen what that knee was and said, okay, we'll play ball. Maybe Spy thought he finessed Baltimore with that. This is all Max wanting to leave now. He's got to stay. Salute to my guy, Diamond. You guys hit that subscribe button. We got almost, I got to take advantage of this, you guys. I'm sorry. I apologize. Hit that subscribe button if you guys are not subscribed yet, man. I think we're a few away from 30K, man. We're 100 away from 30,000. Please hit that subscribe button so I can do this 30K giveaway, man. It would definitely help us out in the algorithm. Hit that subscribe button. SpyTech playing 5D chess. Sign and trade Quiddy. Salute the pride and purpose. Rock, shaking my head at this point. Honestly, keep Maxx if he can keep everyone we signed. We'll see, Rock. We'll see. LT, Spy needs to talk to Maxx and say straight up, do you want to stay or leave? Well, we already know what that is. I want to hear none of this shit about you want to leave next year. I mean, we already know what it is. Maxx already told them he wanted to leave. There was a report that came out. Vic Tafur put out a great article that, you know, Maxx and Mark met at Max's house and they sat down and laughed and shared, memories of Oakland and Vegas and Max's whole career. And they both came to the conclusion that it was right and it was the time to make a move. So I don't know how anything can change just because of a failed physical. I think that this ship has sailed, you guys. Would it be fun to keep Maxx? Definitely. I would love it. But again, I think that the ship has sailed. I don't see in any way, shape, or form that Maxx remains a Raider. Again, I could be totally wrong. And if he stays after all these big pickups, I'm here for it. Let's run it. We still get Fernando Mendoza. We still have that, the first pick. We still have 36 right at the top of the second round. There's going to be a great player that drops right there. A Lee Hunter, possibly an Emmanuel McNeil Warren. We're good. But again, getting to Kobe Dean and Quay and all these players, Teron Johnson, if you can bring Maxx back into the fold, if he believes these are the players, like, yo, this is a good roster. I would love to play on this defense and gets to play with Rob Leonard again, his guy, as the new coordinator, possibly. But I don't know. I think that this relationship is fractured. I don't know how you can fix this. I don't know how you could do that. The only reason they post publicly is to keep him. Okay, we'll see, Timmy. We'll see. I mean, the Raiders they posted, they tried to get ahead of it, right? They tried to get ahead of it. I mean, they're saying that we're not going to speak on this anymore. I mean, what else can you say? What else can you say at this point? I don't know. I find this crazy, though, you guys. This is Geno. This is Geno Juju right here. The day we traded Maxx, we announced we were going to release Geno. The day we trade Geno, Maxx fails his physical. Geno is still working against this team. I'm telling you now, the Geno Juju is real. It is real, you guys. It is real. The day we said we were releasing Geno Smith, we trade Maxx Crosby. The day we trade Geno, Maxx fails his physical. How does that happen? How does that happen? It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. Let me catch up on these supers, man. Over the cap has Maxx back in the cap at 38 mil, but it doesn't have Stokes, which is another 10, 28. Quay, another 15. That's somewhere 13. And then Matt Gay. I don't even know if he's going to be on this roster. Again, we brought him in. Won a Super Bowl, I believe, in Tampa Bay with SpyTech and them. Money with anything within 40 yards. Can't kick past 40 for shit. Again, I wanted to talk about the Matt Gay pickup too, you guys. I think that we brought him in and we're going to go draft one. We're going to go draft one. Keep an eye on Zavada, my guy out of Michigan, a SpyTech guy, Michigan guy. Keep an eye on him. We'll bring another kicker in through the draft. But again, we can still make it work. Lux, in terms of the cap space, that's what I meant. You think that's why the Raiders didn't make any moves today? It had to have been. Well, you know what? We made so many moves yesterday as well, Lux. I don't really think that we were going to make any crazy moves today anyway. There was a reason I didn't go live today. I was like, let me just chill. We'll talk tomorrow once all these deals go through, officially. But I don't think the Raiders were going to make any moves today anyway, honestly. But, now we're here. Not related. Would you sign Hobbs to back up Johnson? I put out a funny little tweet earlier, Grab, that, wouldn't it be interesting if Teron Johnson can't stay healthy a whole season? Nate Hobbs couldn't stay healthy a whole season. Why don't you bring in Hobbs and you have your starting nickel in both of them? One of them plays half the season, the other one plays half the season, right? Green Bay cut Nate Hobbs today. They were definitely playing him at the outside corner position, which makes no sense to me. But it'd be funny if they brought him back home and they kind of had him and Teron in the mix at the nickel. It'd be funny. Salute to my guy Alex. I'm becoming a member as well. I appreciate you, brother. Salute to D. Jalen, and I think I'm almost caught up on the chat, you guys. And OG, can the Ravens match Linderbaum now? It sounds like they're pivoting towards Trey Hendrickson, you guys. So again, I don't see Linderbaum, sticking around in Baltimore. I don't see it. Jalen had 2 shoulder procedures last year. Yes, wasn't surgical, but yes. Plus, he's an AB type player. I don't want to say that. A lot of those stories are coming out. Salute to my guy first. Look, I love Jalen Carter. He's still young. Hopefully he can come in with Kubiak if we did bring him in, and with these guys, this coaching staff, and maybe possibly mature a little bit. But again, I don't know too much about what he got going on behind the scenes outside of that Georgia situation with the car and then spitting at Dak. Maybe Bears will still offer Jose. We shall see, brother. We shall see. Rossi, Max contract begins tomorrow. Restructure. We'll see. It becomes guaranteed tomorrow. It becomes guaranteed. So we'll see. Jason Lockham, yeah, man. He spoke with 2-team GM and said he felt the physical was BS and Baltimore would not be trusted going forward. That dude, you cannot trust that guy at all, Rick. Again, maybe he's right. Maybe he's wrong. But again, this guy has been let go from previous jobs, allegedly for falsely reporting stuff. I would take everything that he says with a grain of salt, man. Bring back Max. All that other shit don't even look right. Max deserves to heal up and come back just like Kuntz did. All is forgiven. Get your ass home. Talk that talk, S. Dot. So to my sis, Erica, can we restructure Max contract and keep him since Spy was right to sit him? Possibly. We'll see. But again, sis, I really believe the writing is on the wall here, in that if another team will jump out the window, give us the proper trade value, we'll move on from them. But again, we're not getting 2 firsts at all. We're not getting 2 firsts at all anymore. That deal is done. And I think I'm almost caught up on the supers. Silver Stunner over the cap has Max back. Okay. Yeah, we talked about that. I knew this offseason was going to be good for us. Always something with this team. Salute to my guy. And I think I'm almost caught up. Again, it's difficult with over 6,000 people in the building. I hope we didn't lose our center. We won't, Nick. We're fine. We made him the highest paid center in football. I don't see him backing out on that. But if he did, that would be absolutely insane. King Wrecker, Ravens mad because Max didn't want to cover up his shield. Salute to my guy, King Wrecker, in the building. Nick in the building, $2. Appreciate you, brother. As always, Mitch. Salute Graphk. Can we possibly restructure? We could. Or have Max adjust his deal, especially due to his knee injury? Yeah, we could. I don't know what that would look like. But again, I don't know in any world how we can make this work. And I think I'm almost caught up. Doesn't make sense now for Max's motivation to leave, sign with Dallas, and not make the playoffs anyways. Okay. So did Lamar delete his boom tweet? Ravens got to pay. Hope their GM shits his pants mid-conference. Talk that talk, my brother. And I think I'm almost caught up. And you guys, again, if I missed your super, I apologize. I apologize so much, man. Again, the chat is flying right now. Big Dog, I think at this point, Max will not be traded. He will have to pass one in Dallas, Philly, wherever we send him. This is facts, but one team will possibly make a move on. Let's check out Vinny B. Everybody keeps saying Vinny B's tweet. Let's see what Vinny B's talking about. I've been told by 2 league sources that the Raiders should have the necessary cap space to welcome Max back and honor all the free agent commitments that they have made. If so, the team Crosby returns to is far different than the one he briefly left. Enough to want to stay? Yeah, we just went over that. We went over that. Again, with the cap space, it's still official. We can make this work. But again, and that's not silent part of it. Vinny's not doing any damage control. Vinny doesn't work for the Raiders anymore. He works for the California Post or something like that. I don't believe he's even a Raiders beat reporter anymore. So there's no damage control with Vinny at all. Space Beast, my God, man, Dirty Birds. Yo, Burrow's definitely happy as fuck right now, for sure. 510 Lamar trade request next. Okay. Salute to Bodega. We just read that, brother. We just read that. Crazy, man. Crazy, you guys. There is some breaking news here, man. Again, for those who are just pulling up, as always, there's always chaos with this team, with this organization. The day before free agency officially opens up, Maxx Crosby is back in the silver and black, at least for the time being. So let me see if Max responded. He's probably everybody's hit me right now. Hold on real quick, you guys. Sis, I got your super. My apologies. Stu sending me texts. Hold on. Let me see if Max hasn't said nothing. He's probably sitting there like, what the hell is going on right now? This is absolute insanity right now, man. All right, let me go to Twitter real quick, you guys. Again, salute to everybody here in the building. As always, salute to Bravo. I'm going to say, I don't know what to say. I think we're all kind of at a loss of words here, man. Real talk. We're looking for some kind of Wasted. We were going to do a Graphk and Wasted show, fix it, but he's out running around with the family right now. So he will definitely be doing a show when he gets home. Definitely. Per source. Let me see. Who the hell is this dude? Yeah, that's not true. Let me see. Maxx Crosby did not pass his physical with Baltimore. The Ravens were reportedly frustrated with the outcome and have expressed concerns about how the Raiders disclosed his medical status. I don't know who this dude is. Brian from Deadspin. I would take that with a grain of salt. Maxx Crosby return to the Raiders should not impact their free agency sign. If anything, man, I think that these guys are a lot more happier. Quay Walker and these guys are probably like, holy shit, we get Max? Wow. Let me see. I mean, I would assume, what are we looking at now at the linebacker position? How do you think that this would line up, you guys, with the people that we have in the building now, with the personnel, with Quay, with Nakobe, who I think will be the middle linebacker? How do you see this? Do you see Quay as an outside linebacker? Do you see Nakobe as a middle linebacker? You know, Max possibly an outside linebacker, and then you can, I don't know what you do with Kuntz, maybe a rotational piece at that point. I don't know how this works. I don't know. I don't know, but it'd be fun. It would be fun to see, you know, Max. You know, Yem says Quay and Cole inside, Kuntz and Max outside. Okay, I think that Quay would be great on the on the outside. Honestly, I think that's where he needs to be. He needs to be an outside linebacker. I think they paid him to be an outside linebacker. Let me see. This defense will be deadly with him, Quay and Cole. Ooh, wait. Facts. Yeah, we talked about that, Black Sales, just rescinding Quay Pay's contract, but we can still keep him. With everything set up the way it is now, we can still keep Max, you guys. We can still keep Max. Let me see. I'm trying to find, somebody said something about a doctor tweet. I'm trying to find it. Can't find it. All right. I think we're pretty much caught up on the chat right now. Again, man, salute to everybody here in the building. I'm going to get on Twitter here and look around a little bit more and see what else is going on. There's one or two combos going on. Spy working a trade, sending Max basketball highlights, tape around. Send him to Cleveland, man, with James Harden, man, his guy. Or he's talking to Dean, the new green dot, to talk with Max. Talk that talk, my brother Rube. So the fracture, yo, F it. Wasn't meant to be. Rework some contracts to get others you need. We are way better with him. Let's run it. Let's run it. Andy, I think we were all good without him. You know, Oscar, where's your super, brother? My apologies. Let me see if I can find it. Bro, the chat is flying right now, big dog. It's flying right now, man. Let me see if I can find it. Again, you guys, wipe them feet, man. Get those likes up. Hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed yet. I'm trying to find Oscar's comment. I can't see it. Again, Backwoods said Vinny B's tweet. Okay, there we go. Spot Trek says 51 even with Max. No, they're wrong. They have not accounted like 3 or 4 of the contracts yet. So again, we do not have that. Hammer sent me a picture. It sounds like we have 1.8 million right now with Max's contract on the books. Now, again, those figures can be off a little bit, but we shall see. Tell Sean Payton to send that jet now. Yeah, you're going to have to take that text message back, right? 510, man, what the F is Howie Roseman? Heist of the century, money in the book cash-in, money in the bank cash-in. John Spytek has arrived. What if this was the plan the whole time with the Raiders, bro? That shit would be actually comedy. What if this was just an evil plan to move on from him, bring in all these players, bring them back? That'd be hilarious, right? It definitely is not. But, in our heads, we can live with the fact that maybe this was just a evil genius plan from John Spytek and company. They should stay at the 4-3. They would be a solid-ass defense. Bravo, it's going to be a base 3-4. You'll still see some 4-3, some exotic looks. Don't expect it to be, 100% 3-4 defense. They're going to move around and have some different looks out there, my brother. So the Bravo. Brandon, we secretly love this. We're addicted to the drama. We're Raider fans, right? We definitely are. Just another day in Raider world. Yeah, man. Crazy. Jags have interest. Well, it sounded like they had interest in Trey Hendrickson as well. There was a ton of reports saying that the Jags would possibly take a look. Hey, man, look, Brian Thomas Jr. Come on. Send us a first in Brian Thomas Jr. or send us a second in Brian Thomas Jr. Run it. Try to save face as much as you can. Go get your number one receiver and give us a pick. Maybe the Rams look at this and say, what's up? I don't know. Let me see, man. Jack says, what about the cap room for the new draft? We'll find a way to make that happen. We can always restructure some deals. Again, you can if Maxx does remain, you can restructure his deal. You can restructure Colton Miller and free up possibly somewhere in that $13 million range, like Hammer put in the chat. There's a way that we can free up enough money to take care of our draft picks for sure. And if we do keep Maxx, though, I expect them to move off of Kwity Paye. You can't pay him, Malcolm Kuntz, and Maxx Crosby. It makes no sense whatsoever. So, but I expect Maxx to still be gone here, you guys. I do. I don't see any world you can keep him. Mutation, my dog, man. As always, I appreciate you. Strand Sports, I appreciate you. You the man, brother. Salute to you. And that's my guy right there. For those who are not subscribed to my brother yet, salute to Mutation, my guy. Make sure you guys go subscribe to my guy, man. This is my brother right here. He's been on the show countless times. If you guys can, go over to Strand Sports, go support my guy. Does great content, great film work, covers college football, Shrine Bowl, all that good stuff, man. This is Colton Miller's little brother right here, man. Go check him out. Subscribe to him. Make sure you go support my brother, man. Michael, it would be funny if Hendrickson signed with another team besides the Ravens. I hope he does. But honestly, I would prefer Baltimore to just sign him so we don't have to worry about any weird shit with Linderbaum. Look, just put Trey Hendrickson out there, with them. Do that so we don't have to worry about anything with this whole Tyler Linderbaum situation. Okay, Bodega, let me take a look. Tom Pelissero. One GM summarized the feelings around the league. This is very much bullshit on Baltimore's part. Again, look, what do we start the show with? Bodega, we started the show with, this sounds like buyer's remorse. It sounds like buyer's remorse. Baltimore's dirty, man. And again, if this is some dirty shit going on, could you imagine Maxx, the shit that he's got to deal with moving forward? This kills his value. And again, if this is a Baltimore move for just being dirty and saying, damn, we messed up doing this, that is disgusting on their part. And I do believe the league should step in at that point and find them, do something, take some draft picks from them. Because if this is true what Tom Pelissero is saying, they need to do something about this because this is disgusting. Maxx flew out there. He's been, screaming Ravens flock, the last few days, changed his social media stuff up. This is disgusting work from the Baltimore Ravens, if true. I find this hella odd. Shit is crazy. Did Crosby suffer that injury from that cheap shot from Kansas City? Crosby won it out. No coming back from that. Love, I agree with you, brother. I think that Maxx, there's no way you bring him back. There's no way you bring him back. But I will say this. If he is, I will welcome him back with open arms. We just read that. GM summarized the feelings around the league. Very much so. This is crazy, Mutation. Salute to my brother, Mutation. No way they should restructure Max's contract, nor should they add any more money if he stays. Not mad at Maxx, but he wanted out. This is facts. Business move. Raiders got to make business moves of their own. And again, there's going to be other suitors out there, especially if the league finds out that Baltimore's on some bullshit. Don't think for one moment that Dallas won't strike, Philly won't strike, Chicago, New England, possibly Seattle, maybe the Rams. There's going to be several suitors for him, especially if the Ravens are just on some bullshit and having buyer's remorse. Salute to my guy, Unc. Rube, base 3-4. We have 2 inside linebackers, Quay and Dean, with Kuntz and Maxx as the outside linebacker edge rushers. But 75% of the time, we will be in the nickel, which puts Quay as an outside linebacker where I believe he will thrive at, and Teron, the box nickel player. Come on, man. Rube with the X's and O's. My brother, salute to my guy dropping a bomb on us, man. Salute to my guy, Rube. Salute to Pride back up. No, hell no. I like Naylor, man. He's going to be really, really critical. He's going to be a piece to this offense. I think that Clint Kubiak believes he can fully, bring that full potential out of Naylor, man. Don't rescind that deal. You can definitely move on from Quiddy, though. I'm not moving on from Naylor. I think that he could be really, really good with this team. If Crosby returns, this is far different than the one he briefly left. Enough to want to stay. There you go, man. And again, that's the wrong figure. Stand. They're messed up right there, brother. I think we're sitting somewhere around $1.82 million right now with that deal back on the table. Spot Track has been all over the place with the Raiders stuff. So again, there was one report, I believe, that we had like $81 million still remaining, which was crazy. So to my guy Fernando, man, I appreciate you, brother, on a $50 bomb. My dude, congrats to the Ravens. They're the biggest losers this offseason. Lost their all-pro center, lost an all-pro defensive end of Maxx, and teams now will think twice about dealing with DeCosta in Baltimore. Raiders are better with Maxx on the roster. My brother, man, salute to you on the $50 bomb, my brother. Bodega says, Tom, on the Maxx Crosby situation, this isn't an unknown issue. Everyone knew he had a knee injury, end of the season. Yeah, bro. That's what I'm talking about. Everyone knew he had a meniscus repair that has a longer-term recovery timeline. We said this at the beginning of the show, bro. Like, I don't know what they expected. This was clearly a situation, bro, where they're literally having buyer's remorse here. They knew what they were getting themselves into. And Fernando, I appreciate you again on the $50 special, my brother. Thank you so much. But they knew. They knew. They knew. They knew. It's nasty work. The Ravens posted. Let me see. Nope. Looks like they deleted whatever they posted. I don't see anything there. If Maxx value drops over this, I say we keep him until next year when his value is up. Or you hold on to him until the trade deadline, right? There's always going to be a team in need of a pass rusher. People get injured year in and year out. Maybe you can finesse another GM at the trade deadline if we're not winning ball games and Maxx still wants out. You know? The GM was Pellicero source. The GM was Spytech. I know, right? I know, man. Salute to my guy. This isn't it. Yeah, we read that. We read that. For those who are just joining the show, you guys, I'm caught up on the chat. It looks like Maxx Crosby failed his physical. Again, I don't know what Baltimore expected from Maxx Crosby at this point, coming off of knee surgery in January. But it looks as though, they have backed out of the deal. They get their 2 first-rounders back, and now Maxx Crosby's money is back on the books with us, but it will not affect what we have going on right now, at least for the time being, moving forward with all the players that we brought in through free agency. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. Scoops is back. Ricky Scoops back? No way. Scoops back? I hope he's back. Hearing that Trey Hendrickson is now going to the Ravens. So they moved on from Maxx and are bringing in Trey Hendrickson, a guy that also had his own abdominal injury, missed a ton of games last year, can't play the run like Maxx Crosby, and he's 2-3 years older. Wow. So they're going to Trey Hendrickson, which says a lot about Trey. Bodega says the Cowboys are not expected to re-engage with Maxx Crosby. So, look, we might be forced to keep Maxx here at this point. Can you, bro, are we going to have to do another breaking news, Maxx Crosby traded again show? Sounds like the Cowboys are potentially out. Sometimes you got to take what Rossini says with a grain of salt here. But again, it sounds like possibly Dallas is out. Look, man, hold on to Maxx then. Hold on to Maxx then. This is what it is. As a longtime fan, I was like, things are going a little too good. Then this happens. And I'm like, there is the BS that comes with this team. Well, you know what, Silver? This is the thing, right? Yeah, we lost two first-round picks. No, ever, Alex. We'll never do business with those dudes again, ever. I mean, look, we built this defense up. We got a ton of ballers on the defensive side of the football. And we have potentially get a chance to keep one of the best edge rushers in football now. Honestly, yes, I wanted those two firsts for the rebuild. But, man, the way that they retooled this thing yesterday, I got to be honest here. We may be competitive. I'm not saying the playoffs. I'm just saying we may be competitive. The way they went and got Nicole and Quay and, you know, and Pay and Brock Kuntz back. I'm just saying here, man, like, we may just rebuild this thing through free agency and get your best player back in return. Fuck them picks, I guess. If you were the GM, what would you do with Maxx? Mando, I'm still fielding calls to see what I can get from Maxx. That's what I'm doing. Like, most definitely. I'm still playing the phone game because, again, one thing does not change, and that's that Maxx asked out. And that it sounds like Vic Tafur put an article out that him and Mark were on the same page in regards to moving Maxx. So if I'm Spy Tech, I'm still on the phone still trying to see if someone is willing to, you know, play ball with this in regards to Maxx Crosby trade. But again, you add Maxx to what we just did right now on the defensive side of the football, and that defense is competitive. Now you just go into the draft and you build that offense up. You know, you still got to add a safety and another corner, right? And possibly another linebacker as well. You know, a nose tackle for sure. But again, you can really go into the draft and focus on the offensive side of the football. Mainly, if Maxx is on the Raiders, I could imagine him leveling up from the anger of being left at the altar. Hafi, look, bro, I really don't know what to think of this. This is actually crazy. Maxx took down his goodbye post on Insta. Okay. Andy, I just said that. Howie Roseman, it looks like he wants to move on from Jalen Carter. I'd do a swap. I would do a swap, and I would give Jalen Carter a new deal. Two things remain true here, you guys. Maxx wants out, and it sounds like Howie Roseman is playing the phone game for Jalen Carter. It's a win-win. Maxx takes a pay cut to fix this BS. F them birds. Now he realizes what matters. It's family. Okay, salute to my guy, Train. Well, the thing is this, man. I don't think he realized. Like, he was forced to realize this. A-Train, like, that's the thing, right? He was forced to realize, if he did realize anything, he was forced to realize it. Like, this is all on Baltimore at this point. Maybe that cryptic post on the Raiders' IG was about, what was it? I didn't see anything on the Insta. What was it? Man, I'm getting so many messages right now. This shit is absolutely crazy. Was it this? Rich Gannon? Was it this? I don't know which one you're talking about. Tail. We lost much leverage. Just keep him at this point. Yeah, you can't just give him away. He's too good of a player to just give away. You can't play that game with Maxx Crosby. There's just no way. I'm not mad. I was just waiting for this. I think him coming back with these signings, I feel we actually came up on them because we stole their center. And you know, again, hoping here that they bring on Trey Hendrickson, so we don't have to worry about possibly, you know, Linderbaum changing his tone here last minute, which I don't see happening. Again, we offered him a massive deal. But again, I hope this does not affect that Linderbaum situation. That would absolutely suck. Real talk. The league would really have to step in, man. That'd be disgusting. Yes, Dane, we can still afford him for sure. We had all the money in the world, brother. We definitely can still afford Linderbaum for sure. They would get rid of most of these guys that we brought in through free agency if it meant to keep Linderbaum. He's the big fish. If you had to move on from Kwity Paye and Malcolm Kuntz and a few of those guys in order to make the money work, the Quay Walker. Look, my two guys were Nakobe and Linderbaum. I was good with those two guys coming in. So yes, again, they would free up that money to keep Linderbaum. He is the big player in free agency for us. Yes, Dallas did get Gary, but again, they still need more pass rush help than that. Bravo, he never had more than 10 sacks in his career in one season. Gary's 28 years old. He kind of is who he is at this point. They still need some pass rush help desperately. So I don't think that stops them at all for potentially. But again, it sounds like Dallas may be out. So Autumn, yes, Max wanted out, but we can all change our minds. I would love to see a pissed off Maxx Crosby on the field this year. We just built the team he has always wanted. Raiders. Autumn, salute to my guy. Again, man, they would have to sit down at the bargaining table, sit down at the table and really sit down as men and chop up game here and say, hey, look, can we fix this? Because again, it looks as though you weren't meant to leave here in the first place. So I don't know. I'll say this though. I don't know if they would have been as crazy in free agency if we didn't move Max. So honestly, this could be a really, this could be a really good thing for the Raiders. I don't know if they would have been as aggressive if that contract was still on the books. So again, I think he said, $30 more million on the books. Let's go out and spend. Let's go crazy. I don't know if they would have went as aggressive, like bringing in Quay and Nakobe at the same time and Malcolm Kuntz. They signed those three guys back to back to back. So again, I don't know if they would have been as aggressive as they were if Max was there. Now, if they could bring him back, hey man, we'll be good. Tink, Ravens knew about the injury before the trade. Teams do their homework before making moves. Total buyer's remorse by B. Moore. Dirty SOBs. Facts, my brother. Salute to Tink. Salute to Michael. Max did say he looked forward to coming back to the Raiders in the future during his farewell. He told me that. We talked. I said, bro, I just want you to come back home. As long as you come back home on the way out, good. He hit love on the message. So, he wants to, and this was the night before he put that video out. So, Max definitely wanted to come back home. Salute to Mike. We didn't think it was going to be this early though, but yeah, man. Wild, man. Let me catch up on the chat. God always has a way of humbling you. Salute to Ray Glide. Salute to the 6,700 people here in the building. Get those likes up. You guys can still wear your Maxx Crosby jerseys for the time being right now. Again, this is crazy, crazy, crazy. We're less than 100 away right now from 30,000 subscribers. You guys hit that subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button. It's free. We need that 30K. Carter from Max. We get nothing. Spend 100 mil. No. Talk that talk, Stunner. Ron, Ravens using physical to squirm out of a deal. Should use this as fuel. Get their leader back. Let's effing go. Salute to my guy. Yeah, Hammer, right? I wonder if Raider Image. I went on Raider Image. All that Max stuff was on sale. I wonder if they backtrack on that as well. We'll see. Count. Why would Eagles not sign Jalen Carter and deal Jordan Davis? I think we keep Max. They value Jordan. They value Jordan Davis over him. Big plug in the middle of that defense. He's a great player as well. I know he doesn't have, the Pro Bowls to his name like Jalen Carter, 2 of them, right? But again, Jordan Davis is a great player, and he took last year's offseason very serious, got in really good shape. He's a good character guy. Why not? But again, you can't pay everybody. Doesn't matter how great. That's the problem with drafting so well. You can't pay everybody. It's the only one problem that comes with drafting very, very well. You can't keep all you guys. What would you do? Trade Max or keep? I trade him. Felix, this is a dirty situation. And I don't mean in regards to Max. This is just a all-around fucked up situation. If you could find a suitor that makes sense, you trade him. He asked out. I don't know how you can clean this up. Again, I have no issue with keeping Maxx Crosby, our best player. I would love it. But again, I would trade him if you can. If you can, it just depends on what you're going to get back in return for him. So I'm not just going to give him away. Mark Davis probably told Maxx, yeah, you can leave, then paid the Ravens doctor to fail the physical. Mark probably hugging Maxx right now, rubbing his fingers through his hair. I know that's going to be a long plane ride for Maxx on the way back from Baltimore to Vegas. I'll tell you that, Rube. This is really bad. Rap sheet, there's no such thing as a failed physical. It's a decision that the team makes on the amount of risk they're willing to assume. There you go. Let me go look at that real quick. This is fucking wild, you guys. Wild. Wild. Let's read this real quick, you guys. This is old. Let me see. Okay, this is an old article. Why did he put this article on there? Why did he put that back up? That's just weird to me. There's no such thing as a failed physical, though. It's the decision that team makes. Salute to my guy Mutation. Stacy, F them picks. Run it back. Check Pellicero's tweet. Let's see what we got. Oh, we read that. We read that one. Other NFL GMs have a lot of questions after the Ravens backed out of the Maxx Crosby trade because of what they told the Raiders. Were medical concerns. Uh-oh. I got that. You see that box right there. Let's see if we can get some information here, you guys. Stay tuned. Let me see. See if I can get some. So Stacy. Reister, stop licking Crosby's boots. He was upset being benched because of injury. Bum can't even pass. Oh, look at me. I can jump on a trampoline. He's a clown for real. Well, Reister, look, I'm going to do this real quick, brother. I appreciate you on a $10 donation. And I've never done this before. I get a chance to block somebody that sent a super. Thank you for your $10. And go be a host somewhere else, brother. Licking boots. What are you talking about? It's the easiest $10 I ever made in my life. That's crazy. The easiest $10 I ever made in my life. Wild shit. Shit. Thank you for the C4 and Celsius money, you stupid motherfucker. Wild. This defense with Crosby is top 10 in the league. To be determined. We still have a draft class that we need to get. We got to get that safety position right. Add some more depth at the linebacker position. We definitely got to get that defensive line in order. And also, we got to add another corner, too. But my apologies, bro. We got 7,000 people in the building, my brother. Put a comment in the comment section. Don't send another super, and I'll read it. I'll look for it, bro. I appreciate you, man. Now we see Ravens in the playoff, and Maxx hits Lamar with a boom. Talk that talk, my brother. Talk that talk. But put that comment in the comment section. I'm looking for it right now, brother. Yes, we can restructure mass contracts. I don't know. I don't know what that's going to look like. I don't know if they're going to do that. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. He sent more? Oh, great. Cool. Now, I'm not going to read them, but that's dope. Objectivity. If the league allows this, then they really hate the Raiders. Facts. Facts. Well, they hate the Raiders regardless. You know, but he's money for that ever-growing. Here's money for the ever-growing blacklist. DM, talk that talk, my brother. Talk that talk. So it's my guy, Raider. Yo, hell yeah, Graphk. F that clown. Like, what are we doing here, bro? Like, man, sent $10 to get cooked. I said that since there isn't pen to paper yet, does this give Baltimore a chance to go after Tyler one last time? I don't know if Tyler would want to return to them after this type of shit. And also, it looks like they're going all in on Trey Hendrickson, so I don't see them having the money in order to match that deal. Now, again, they can restructure Lamar or they can extend him and free up some more cap space. But I'm assuming right now that Tyler Linderbaum is a Raider. I don't know how they can do it. Hopefully, they sign Trey and we can just do whatever you can with to keep Linderbaum. Look, if you got to offer him $30 million a season, then do that. Give me even more money in a no-state tax. Do not allow Linderbaum to leave that building. at all. Salute to Junior as well, man. Appreciate you, brother. It's crazy, man. Ravens fans are losing their shit. This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Like honestly, this is absolutely embarrassing, bro. If I'm a Ravens fan, I'm sitting here like, are you kidding me? You got us all hyped up for this Maxx Crosby situation, and now y'all back out last minute on some bullshit? And now you're going to go get a pass rusher and Trey Hendrickson? You're going to pay him more money. You're going to pay him more money than Maxx Crosby to come in who can't play the run like him, and he's 3 years older than him. Almost 4, I believe. I could be off a little bit. Salute to you, brother. Salute to the 209, man. I'm a 916 guy. Love the 209. Salute to my brother from Stockton. You said Jamal Adams can get re-signed just for his tweet. Let me read that real quick, bro. Let me go find it. Let's see what Jamal said. He said, nah, I let my dog back in the building. I love it, man. Look at Jamal with his time with the Jets. I love it. That's a great tweet right there. Great tweet. Shaughnessy, this is facts. We stole their center. Fuck them. Fuck them. Salute the rule, man. That's hilarious, bro. Drox, man. I'm telling you, man, the easiest lick I ever got, bro. Crazy, man. Salute to my guy Drox on the $2. Max gonna be livid. It's all up to him to stay a Raider. Lone, and we shall see, right? Again, it really is. I mean, actually, you know what? I don't even know if it's all up to him at this point. He told the Raiders he wanted to move, and the Raiders obliged. I don't even know if it's up to him anymore. It's really up to Spytek and company. It really is. I don't know if they can fix this. I don't know if they can fix it. But again, I don't think it's up to Max at all anymore. It really ain't. It really ain't. So this is wild, man. Salute to Raider. Yo, my guy gifting 5 OLV Raiders Network memberships. My brother, I appreciate you so much, man. Salute to my guy. Salute to all the new members here in the building because of my guy. Salute. Let me see if I got a message, man. Nothing yet. Nothing yet. So, yeah. Crazy, man. Crazy work. Raiders hold all the cards. Yep. All Max, now restructure. We definitely hold all the cards here. For sure. Look, it's up to Spytek, Brady, and company to figure out what they want to do about this situation. But again, we don't have to move off of our best player now. After all the moves that we made, this may put the Raiders defense really over the hump. What were we looking at in the draft now, you guys, right? It was like, damn, we need an edge rusher. Kwity Paye is not going to be a number 1. Malcolm Kuntz is not going to be a number 1, right? It's just not going to happen. And now we possibly have our number 1 pass rusher back in the building, possibly if they can fix this thing. But I just don't. I think that it's past being repaired here. But again, we shall see. Andy Reid got on Honey Dijon deodorant, Ruthless. Okay. Salute my guy. Out there smelling like a chicken sandwich out there in Kansas City. I hear you, my brother. So Max about to be on the Jets with Geno. That's hilarious, man. That is hilarious. Hilarious, man. Crazy. We're gonna monitor this situation, you guys, as much as possible. We're gonna keep an eye on this situation. I'm gonna look around real quick and see if there's anything else worth keeping an eye on. This is absolute insanity. The Baltimore Ravens have officially backed out of the deal. To trade for Maxx Crosby. They officially get the 2 firsts back. We get Maxx Crosby back and that money on our books. Let me see the message real quick. Let me see what we got. This is crazy, man. Crazy, dude. Wow. Rossi, I appreciate you, brother, for the DM. Wow. Nothing yet. Oh, man, crazy. Hammer did a short about Max inside Costco. True hustler right there, 2-4. True hustler, my brother. True hustler. Let me see. Yeah, it looks like Baltimore is getting Trey Hendrickson, you guys. It's crazy. They just moved off of him. And yeah, crazy. Crazy. Now that Maxx officially failed a physical, is he even tradable? Would another team have to sign some sort of waiver? Bro, trust me, there's teams that are interested, but they're going to play the patient game here, okay? They're not going to jump out the window and try to be the first, because, again, Spytek's just not going to give them away. Honestly, this could be Spytek and company's way of saying, look, man, we're not getting what we want in return now, Maxx, so we're keeping you. Simple and plain. You got to play out your contract, or at least play out this season, or at least play until the trade deadline, until we can get what we want in value, in terms of value. Like, honestly, like, bro, like, Spytek can really say to him, we tried. It didn't work. If that's true, Lewis, I don't think that's true. But if it is, if I would take a first in Brian Thomas Jr. right now, I'd take the Jags first and get you a number one receiver right there. And Brian Thomas Jr. coming off of a down year, I would do it. But again, Raiders 3-0, NFL drops emails, 2 number 1 picks. Now this AC, we can never win, you know, in terms of, you know, being drama free as Raider fans, man. It's just crazy. Tampering, man. Salute to my brother Brandon Curtis, the Jersey King himself. Salute to Deb, my sis. If he's back, how do y'all think the locker room would be? Oh, they're going to be ecstatic. They're going to be ecstatic. I'll tell you this. Several players hit me up. Several agents hit me up and said that not the morale, but that, like, they were players out there, these young guys were very like, wow. Like, they were hurt. They just lost their leader. They lost their locker room leader, their on-field leader. They lost a guy, you know, that was the dude. He changed it. Did he change? He changed it. Let me see. Did he change his picture? This has to be fucking embarrassing for Maxx. I feel for bro. Yep, he did. He put the picture of him smoking a cigar. Maxx, turn the comments off, brother. But they would welcome him, Deb, into that locker room. I mean, look what all the players are already putting out. Jamal Adams, you know, this, and that. Dante tweeted, man, Maxx, they would love to have him back in the building. They would love to have him back in the building. There's no shortage of love for Maxx Crosby in Las Vegas. And more importantly, in that locker room, they love Maxx Crosby. He's a great human being, a great leader in that locker room. He's helped coach up a lot of those young guys, Tyree and Malcolm, and he's always been a great teammate. So they would absolutely love to have him back. Let me see. Oh, yeah, Jacksonville doesn't have a one. You can offer a future one, 2027. Give us Brian Thomas and a future first. They traded their first last year and their first this year, right? I'm with you on the Brian Thomas on the second round pick. I mean, even if that's the case, I mean, you definitely, you know, taking a flyer on a wide receiver that had a down year last year, over 700 yards receiving after almost having 1,300 his rookie year in a Pro Bowl season. But again, you know, I would take Brian Thomas in a future first. Why not? If that's the move, that's the move. He gets to play with Jacoby again. Why not? Danhausen cursed Spytek. Spytek and Maxx need to just let bygones be bygones. Just plug Maxx back in with the defense. Raiders, man, I feel for Spytek. I feel for Maxx Crosby, Oakland Raider trucker, bro. I feel for everybody involved in this situation. I feel for the fan base. I feel for everybody that's just like feeling any type of way about this situation. It's just tough, man. It's tough being a Raider fan and dealing with this type of shit. It's just disgusting, man. It is. But again, if we can keep our leader somehow, some way, and it can fix this thing, I would welcome Maxx Crosby back with open arms. I definitely would. Robe, appreciate you, man. Having Maxx on the roster ups the timeline. It restricts moves from being made, not just this season, but next season as well. Roster would be set, as is with Maxx. 11 draft picks. Is that good enough for Spy and Kubiak? I definitely believe it is. They didn't want to trade him in the first place. So they were already going into this season under the assumption that Maxx was going to be here anyways. So yeah, again, I mean, shit, bro. If Maxx is healthy, which I believe he will come week 1, he'll be ready to go. I mean, bro, you still keep one of the best edge rushers in football. You know, his guy is the new defensive coordinator. He's going to go out there and play lights out, especially after this shit. Could you imagine? He's going to play with a chip on his shoulder. Crazy. But I think we'll be fine. I think we'll be fine. Honestly, I think that this would potentially have us even competing even more this season and next year. I just like, Rube, the idea of having 2 first-round picks because of the thought of potentially being able to package him up and go get Jeremiah Smith in next year's draft class, the kid out of Ohio State. That's why I was hyped. I'm like, you got 2 firsts. If you're not there, you know, where he is, and if you're not there in order to draft him with one of your first, you have 2 you could possibly package up and go get the best, you know, wide receiver in years and bring him in and have Fernando have a true number 1 guy. You know what I mean? So that was why I was really hyped up about having a second first rounder next year. But again, with Maxx in the building, hopefully we're competitive with Nakobe and Quay and Tehran and all those guys in the building. I'm here for it. Can the Raiders rework his deal? They definitely can. To help with cap since he's back, well, yes, we could. We can definitely rework his deal. We can extend him. I don't know what this looks like moving forward, but again, there's definitely ways to make this work. And we can still keep every single player that we brought in through free agency right now, even with Max's $30 million off the book. I got you, Chloe. You hungry? I got you, sweetheart. We'll get off in a second. Is that a sign he's staying? Oscar, I don't know. I just think he's changing it up because he's not staying. Let me say this. It's a sign that he's not staying with Baltimore. I think that's a sign, changing your default picture. He's not staying there. He just went with the more of a neutral cigar smoking picture. You know, that makes sense. He said Llewellyn was going to look so good in a Raider jersey. I think we can, for those who were, excited about that possibly happening, we can go ahead and kill that narrative. Crosby posted. Let's see. See, we posted. Said he's kicking it. He's on a jet. Just posted a video. Okay. He's still feet kicked up. Feet kicked up. Oh, hey, bro. He hit love on my message. He hit love on my message. Welcome back, brother. God's plan. Praying for you, brother. Hope everything works out for you. Hit love on it. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. So if we trade Maxx, it would have to be today due to the guarantees, right? Look, man, if you want to trade Maxx, you got to figure this shit out in the next 24 hours before free agency hits, because people are spending their money crazy, Teo. Like, not, you know, there's that. If you want to move them, you got to move them soon. You have to move. You got to move them soon. You know, that money kicks in tomorrow. But again, either way, the money's still on the books regardless. So Shorts seems more and more like the Ravens found a way to cancel the trade. At least that's the reporting. Facts, man. NFL should still give Vegas one of the first and make them eat half of Max's salary. Bullshit. Ozzie would never. One of the greatest GMs of all time. Talk that talk, my brother Dwayne. Ruthless. Regardless of how this goes, I have faith in Spy. Talk that talk, my brother. Spy has been phenomenal this offseason. Phenomenal. So let me see. Nick, do you think we lose any free agents? I don't. If we do lose anybody, I would assume it'd be Quiddy Pay. Do you think we lose? I think we have $30 million left. No, we don't. Nick, now we have, I believe Hammer put it like $1.8 million. So, but we have enough to keep everybody, on this roster. So let me see. Hold on. Bodega, what'd you tweet? The message I sent, Chosen, and I looked at the story. I just said, hey, man, welcome back. God's plan, brother. I said, I hope everything works out in your favor. And he hit love on it. So we'll see. We'll see what happens, man. Crazy work. Crazy, crazy work, man. Wild. Get a few more questions in, you guys, before we get out of here. Again, I'm going to run around real fast. I know Wasted is going to be live here too. I don't want to step on my brother's toes. I know he's doing his thing, always having a great show over there. There's no updates on what's going on with Maxx right now. Let me go home, see if there's any. The Dallas Cowboys are not expected to re-engage in Maxx Crosby trade discussions at this time. A high-ranking source tells The Athletic. The Raiders were 100% dishonest with Maxx Crosby's health. When get the hell out of here. This is a Chargers fan, of course. Jane can confirm she works with the Cowboys, and she's, I think, with NFL Network. Can't confirm. A team source tells me we moved on with Rashawn Gary, etc. So, Jason, this dude's a corn. Just got the phone with two GMs. Neither one buying the Ravens' failed physical narrative, not by a long shot. Good luck finding agents and teams to trust in negotiations now. It's not sitting well with the Raiders either. Could have got further medicals on Crosby way sooner. Facts. I can agree with them on that. He also goes on to say the Baltimore Ravens ain't winning nothing with a fraud-ass front office. Team president is the worst GM in NFL history, and the GM is overmatched and should have been fired before the coach. Ozzie Newsome's GM family tree is filled with failures, and his replacement is one of them. Holy shit. Tell him how you feel, Jason. Alexis says, an interesting point here. The Las Vegas Raiders didn't structure their free agency spending as if Maxx Crosby was already off the books, meaning the cap situation still works even with the trade voided. Jay Glazer, teams around the NFL are definitely shocked, to say the least, at the Ravens backing out, and a few teams who were previously interested already committed their money elsewhere, so they can't jump in now. Bad all around. Palacero says, GM, this is very much so bullshit on Baltimore's part. I hope a lot of these players get out of there. Honestly, I hope that Lamar says this is disgusting. I don't want any more part of this team. I hope he moves on. I hope that a few of those guys. I hope that Kyle Hamilton says, "Get me the fuck out of here." My guy, my Notre Dame guy. I hope that some of these guys are like, "Yo, get me out of here. Get me out of here." But again, there's still going to be some teams interested, you guys. Again, Jacksonville would be an interesting trade partner. They're looking for some pass rush help. I can definitely see them, potentially working. We worked with them with the Jacoby move. They extended him. I can possibly see them. According to Vinny B, Raiders should have necessary cap space to honor free agents. Yes. Salute the Raider, yo. Appreciate you, brother. Salute the objectivity. Kobe Bryant had to buy a pink diamond to get back with his wife. Max should give money back to accommodate our rookie draft picks. You won comment of the day, bro. Salute the objectivity. You definitely won comment of the day, man. That is hilarious, bro. Salute to my guy. Salute to Shank in the building as well, becoming a member. I thank you, brother. Salute to you, as always. Appreciate you so much, man, as always. Yeah. Tomorrow, again, you guys, we will be live breaking down everything Raiders free agency. I'm expecting some things to change here. Again, I don't know where we go from here. It looks as though we're still, hopefully, please, God, just make sure we sign everybody that we brought in already. I'm hoping that, Nakobe still locks in, Quay locks in, these guys sign their deals tomorrow and we can keep moving on. But again, this may be a sign. This may really be a sign, you guys, that, Maxx, you were intended to be a Raider. It just is what it is. Stay home with all these pieces on the defensive side of the football. I think now we can actually really go out there and compete at the next level, hit that draft and really build up now that offense, around Fernando Mendoza, go get you a guard, go get you, a wide receiver one, possibly, if you can. I put this out there, you guys. I did hear, and I said this the other day. I know some of you guys may not agree with me, but I'm going to show you guys real quick. Some people were like, what the hell? Let me see. Where's the tweet at? I put it right here. Oh, where is it? Got some information the other day. that the Raiders are potentially, again, take this with a grain of salt because this is lying season right now. And that's clear by what the Baltimore Ravens just did. But I did hear, that possibly the Raiders would be looking at bringing in Stephon Diggs for a workout, a message that I got from somebody that I respect that has fed me information before that has become a reality. One of Stephon Diggs' agents told a friend he has visits with Tennessee Raiders and Washington. And also in that message as well, he did say that the Giants were the fourth team to possibly have a visit with as well. So all I'm saying is the Raiders aren't done yet. I don't know if they're going to look at them now, possibly with the way this situation happened. I don't know. But again, I just want to share the information with you guys. I'm not here to say sign him, bring him in. He did have over 1,000 yards this season receiving with Drake May. He was a leader in that locker room. He was a great teammate. Again, I know some of the Cardi B shit and some of the off-field stuff doesn't sit right with a lot of people. But again, I'm just relaying the information. All right. Salute to Shank. Man, I'm shocked. Do you think Maxx stays and we build around him? This is me, CJ. I'm back, bro. Man, this is shocking. Salute to my guy. Honestly, brother, I don't know. Depending on what other deals, what other teams are offering for the services of him, if it doesn't make any sense, they're not going to move off of Maxx just for the sake of moving on from Maxx. They held out and got 2 first-round picks. They did it the right way. So now with him losing so much value with this, they possibly could hold on to him. Honestly, like Spytech may say, you know what? If I can't get 2 firsts moving forward, I'm holding on to him. And he's not going to get 2 firsts. No team out there is going to throw out 2 firsts. I would be shocked. You know what? I never say never. But again, I would be shocked if another team threw that. And again, what did the Raiders say the entire time? What was the narrative? The Raiders aren't just going to give them away. They're sticking to their asking price. They want 2 firsts. And at that time, it was 2 firsts and a player. So they're not just going to give Maxx Crosby away, you guys. He may just have to fulfill his contract. And then, again, the trade deadline next year, you could possibly move on again, but they're not going to just give Maxx up. So just throwing that out there. They're not going to give him away just for anything. Maxx sees all these moves. Maxx failed his own physical. Troy, yeah, that's not happening. But I hear you, brother, right? This is all Baltimore's doing. This is all Baltimore's doing. Could you imagine, man, flying all the way to Baltimore in a PJ just to fail a physical and get absolutely embarrassed? This is nasty. This is disgusting. This is embarrassing for the Baltimore Ravens franchise. This is embarrassing for the NFL. This is embarrassing for the Raiders. It's embarrassing for Maxx Crosby. It's just nasty all across the board. Jose, there was only one thing of the Ravens, but again, hey, I love it. I love it. Why not? Get rid of all that shit. Get rid of all of it. I'm excited to see what Maxx has to say, moving forward. And hopefully my guy stays quiet and just kicks back a little bit and is just patient with this situation. But I'm interested to hear what he has to say about this and what the hell is going on. This is crazy, man. It's crazy. This is absolute insanity, man. This is embarrassing, man. Wild. But all right, you guys, I would hate to leave with almost 7,000 people here in the building. But you guys go over to Wasted channel right now. I mean, Wasted Talent, Raider Nation Unlimited. Go over there, flood the channel. Tell them Graphk sent you. Tell them Graphk sent you. He said, check out Max's pinned comment. Oh, I've seen that. Yeah, but Brian, we have 7,000 people here between Twitter and YouTube. It's actually kind of crazy. Salute to everybody for pulling up and hanging out with me. It's such a blessing. You guys are so goated, man. Again, let me see. I want to see how far we're off. We're still a little off from 30K. We'll get there soon. But flood those comments over there. You said check. Hold on real quick before we get out of here. Hold on. Yeah, I seen that. Oh no, I didn't see that specific one. I'm gonna watch it. Wipe them feet on the way out, you guys. Flood, waste this chat. Tell them I sent you on the way out. Alays feels like Baltimore broke an unspoken rule / gentleman's agreement. They knew he had a longer recovery, and now they're exploiting a loophole, which is didn't pass his physical. Dirty. dirty. Facts, my brother. Facts. Love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow, man. Coffee and Convo. We're going to be covering everything free agency. It officially opens tomorrow. We'll be here every step of the way for all of our signings. And if any Maxx developments happen, we'll be here every step of the way. As always, love and appreciate every single one of you guys. You guys are so goated. Subscribe on the way out and make sure to get those likes up and keep us in the algorithm. I'm out.